Today's Parade of Heroes honoring all of New York City's essential workers, from healthcare workers to teachers, first responders to transportation workers. Today's ticker tape parade was all about New York City's hometown heroes who carried us through the darkest days of the pandemic.
Thousands of people line the Canyon of Heroes for the celebration. And with 14 floats, this was one of the biggest parades in the city's history. We have team coverage along the parade route for you. And
we'll begin with my co-anchor, Natalie Pasquarella. Natalie, you've been in the middle of all the excitement. You had one of the best seats of the house.
Oh my goodness. The energy, David and Gilma, was just amazing out here. It was such a beautiful day, and I can tell you, I covered the last ticker tape parade, and it was so much more emotional this time around. It feels like we've been waiting forever to thank all of those essential workers, and boy, did we do it today. Let's give you a little look if you didn't get a chance to see our coverage earlier. We have you covered this afternoon. You see the ticker tape flying from the windows, the confetti shooting from the cannons. We had marching bands, we had floats, we had every essential worker you could think of, all to let them know how much we are grateful for them and all they've done for us, getting us through the worst of this pandemic in the past 15 months. It truly was such a special, special day. We had a team of reporters lined all along the parade route. We're going to get our coverage started with News 4's Andrew Siff, who is joining us live nearby with more of the emotion and the excitement. Hey, Andrew.
Hi, Natalie. Yeah, City Hall did put some limitations in place because of the heat. Originally, there was supposed to be a post-parade ceremony behind me on the City Hall steps. Well, that was shortened, but there was no limitation placed on the crowds, and in particular, the enthusiasm, the emotion, and the gratitude. The familiar rhythm of a ticker tape parade, with floats and confetti, of course, arrived with something unique to this event: pent-up emotion.
I'm with my son and my husband, who got me through it all.
That's Jenna Morgan, an ICU nurse.
What does it mean to you to be here?
Yeah, so much, you know, so many lost, so few recovered. Just I hope everyone gets the vaccine, and we made it.
So many like her marching in this Heroes Parade.
Amazing. We had such a tough year, and it's so nice to be celebrated.
Healthcare system, thank you.
Mayor de Blasio first suggested this tribute more than a year ago, thanking each participant that paraded by City Hall.
This is about celebrating and appreciating the work.
The Grand Marshal, Sandra Lindsay, the Queen's nurse who got the nation's first vaccine. 2,500 others behind her. Chopper 4 shows you how it looked along the Canyon of Heroes. Far smaller than the crowds for a sports championship. But on Broadway, you could hear that unique gratitude. George Perez brought his own confetti. He got COVID and recovered.
They took care of a lot of us, like every day. When we were at home, they were out there.
The school's chancellor marching with kids who learned new admiration for educators.
It was really difficult. It was hard to find motivation, and my teachers are really the reason that I was able to get up each day.
The police commissioner greeting men and women in uniform.
Just thankful that we got through it. Thankful for everyone that, came to work every day and pulled New York through.
And for this grandma.
Oh, so grateful.
Getting choked up, so her 5-year-old grandson helped out.
She's thinking about my dad.
A dad who caught COVID but survived. Something to celebrate. Something anyone might argue is worthy of a parade.
Thank you.
A whole lot of gratitude out there. We don't have an official crowd estimate of how many people attended the parade, but we can tell you that some pretty savvy crowds congregated closest to the Battery near Wall Street, found those shady spots along Broadway. We're live at City Hall. Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
Yeah, Andrew, I think I noticed that in some of our shots as well. While the crowds weren't massive, they still brought that energy. And as you said, it's all about gratitude. That's what it was about here today. And the focus really on a lot of the doctors and nurses who got us through such a tough time during this pandemic. We want to go now to News 4's Mark Santee. He has more of their stories along the route. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Natalie, nurses, doctors, healthcare professionals, some of the essential workers who walked right here along Broadway, they were recognized for their incredible work saving lives during the pandemic. Healthcare workers showered with confetti and praise moving down the Canyon of Heroes. Doctors and nurses celebrated for the countless number of lives saved during the dark days of the pandemic.
It means a lot after we saw and went through so much. It's heartfelt, it's awesome, and I appreciate all of it.
16 months ago, when the pandemic was ravaging New York City, did you ever think we would be here?
Absolutely not. And I'm so excited to be here. I get filled up just thinking about it.
Once I heard that they were doing it, I couldn't believe it. I was very excited to be here.
Nurse Ashley Lingenfelter stopped by the parade after working a 12-hour shift. She came up from Florida to help New York during the second wave and could not get enough of the city, so she moved here.
Yeah, I love New York.
And that love was felt across the parade route, from taxi drivers to first responders.
What a positive day in the greatest city in the world. The energy that we're getting as first responders from the people that we service on a daily basis is genuine, and it is absolutely the best.
Even though this was a celebration, healthcare workers strongly encouraged unvaccinated New Yorkers to get their shots. We're live in Lower Manhattan. I'm Mark Santia, News 4 New York.
Yeah, Mark, we did hear a lot about that today as well, so that we stay well moving forward. And we did have a special guest that joined us early in the parade, Adam Cooperstein and I, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and we asked her about any inspirational moments that truly stood out to her in the past 15 months. Take a listen.
I saw so many individuals, ordinary individuals, who did extraordinary work by feeding individuals who were hungry, checking on senior citizens in their homes. That's what gave me hope. Individuals in my neighborhood in Clinton Hill and Fort Greene went door to door, just checking on seniors and those who were struggling. That's really what New York is all about, and that's why New York is the greatest state and city on earth. And we're back, baby. We are back, baby.
I think that was one of my favorite moments from the parade. New York is back, baby. All right, now, though, the fun is pretty much over because it's all about cleaning up all that confetti. The city's sanitation department was honored in the parade, and some new video shows them hard at work cleaning up. I think Adam and I both shot some of that video as we were getting the confetti blown all around us there as we were heading out after the parade. And our coverage is going to continue throughout this afternoon. We have you covered on News 4 and on the free NBC 4 New York app. Coming up at 4:30, we'll give you a closer look at some of the floats we were also pretty thrilled to see. A historic 108-year-old subway car carrying essential workers in the parade. David and Gilma, it was such like I said, a beautiful day. You really felt that emotion. And I know I personally just felt so good to finally be able to look these workers in the eye and say thank you. It's a great day.
Absolutely, Natalie. True heroes. After the last 15 months that the city endured, it was such an emotional celebration.
Yeah. Great job out there, Nat. You and the team capturing that heartfelt emotion and that thank you. We'll see you soon.